When should I use commas and semicolons for GED RLA? Imagine you're writing a sentence that needs just the right pause to make it clear and easy to understand. That's where commas and semicolons come into play. They might seem similar, but they actually serve different purposes. Knowing when to use each one can help you score higher on the GED reasoning through language arts test. Let's start with commas. Commas are like gentle pauses in your sentences. Use a comma before a coordinating conjunction like and, but, or nor, for, yet, or so when it joins to complete sentences. For example, I went to the store and I bought some bread. Here, the comma helps separate two independent ideas. Without it, the sentence might be confusing. Next, commas are used to list 3 or more items. Say you bought apples, bananas, oranges, and grapes. The commas separate each item, and the last comma before and is called the Oxford comma. It makes the list clearer. Also, commas are used around extra information that isn't necessary for the main sentence. For example, my brother who lives in Texas is visiting us. The phrase about Texas is extra info, so it gets commas. Commas also come after introductory words or phrases. For example, after dinner, we went for a walk. The comma separates the intro from the main part. When writing dates or places, commas are needed too. For example, July 4, 1776, or Paris, France. Now let's talk about semicolons. Semicolons are stronger pauses. Use a semicolon between two independent clauses that are closely related but could stand alone as separate sentences. For example, I love reading. It helps me relax. The semicolon connects two ideas without using and or but. Semicolons are also used before a conjunctive adverb like however, therefore, or nevertheless when it joins two independent clauses. For example, I wanted to go outside. However, it started raining. Remember to put a comma after the adverb. Another important use is in complex lists. When list items already contain commas, semicolons help keep things clear. For example, I visited Albany, New York, Los Angeles, California, and Chicago, Illinois. The semicolons separate the city and state pairs clearly. Be careful not to make common mistakes. Do not use a comma to join to independent clauses without a coordinating conjunction or semicolon. That's called a comma splice and is incorrect. For example, I like pizza, I love pasta. Instead, write it as I like pizza, I love pasta. Also, avoid unnecessary commas. Do not put a comma between a subject and its verb unless you are adding extra non-essential info. For example, correct is mountain goats are very nimble, but incorrect is mountain goats are very nimble. When tackling punctuation questions on the GED, first identify if you have one or two independent clauses. If two, decide if you need a comma with a conjunction, a semicolon, or a semicolon with a conjunctive adverb. Next, look for lists and see if items already contain commas. If so, semicolons are your best choice. Check for extra info that can be set off with commas, and watch for introductory phrases, dates, or quotes that need commas. Mastering these rules will make your writing clearer and your answers more accurate. Practice spotting independent clauses and non-essential info, and you'll get better at choosing the right punctuation every time.